Stephanie starts off in Rochester, Minnesota. Hi, Stephanie. What's up?
So my husband and I are on year 3 of owning a business. We just paid off the property last week.
Yay!
And we are in desperate need of an addition on this property. It's an auto mechanic shop. He has 2 bays, and we've kind of reached capacity of what we can make for revenue. I guess our question is, I know you never say borrow, which we are
You
really
just
not
got out
wanting
of debt!
No, we
And the first thing you did was get desperate to get back in debt. We have desperate need, Dave.
No, so our question is, we have building plans, and we know it's going to cost about $250,000 to do the building.
Mm-hmm.
Do we wait it out until we can cash flow it? Because we know we're at a max of where we can do for revenue right now.
Mm-hmm.
And so we are at the loss of potential losing customers because sometimes
And
our
when
wait
those bays
is
are
almost
full, you'll be at a max, and you'll be at the potential of losing customers. And when those bays are full,
Right.
you'll be at a max. And
Very
the story
true.
continues and continues and continues.
So you just recommend waiting it out until we can pay cash for the addition.
Now, let's stop for a second, okay? You don't have a desperate need.
No.
You use the wrong words. Okay.
Right. Well,
What
my
you
husband
have, what
has
you
a
have
desperate
is
need.
a wonderful opportunity.
Yes.
That's different than a desperate need. Your wonderful
Very
opportunity has been brought to you by how great a job you do for your customers. Correct?
Correct.
Yeah. And now you don't have a payment in the world because you just paid off the building.
Right.
And so what was your net taxable income last year on this business?
The net taxable income, I think, well, the way we have it set up is our personal and our business are together. So our net taxable is like $225, $250.
Okay. All right. What's it take for little old Stephanie to live at home? It don't take $225. What's it take?
No.
Like
and
if
I
she wanted to
actually
build
work
a couple of bays with cash, how cheaply could she live at home?
very cheaply.
So
we
what's
only
very?
have our mortgage
Give me
at
a
our
number.
house. Probably like $4,000 a month.
Okay, let's call that $50,000 out of $220. Did I do that right?
Yes.
That's $170. Wah.
We tighten up. We can have it done in a year.
You're going to build this building in like 2 years for cash.
Right. Yes.
You're in great shape. Because here's what's going to happen, okay? You're going to build it faster than that because your profits are going to go up now. And let me tell you why your profits are going to go up now. Because now you don't have any payments. And when you have zero debt hanging around your neck, you walk different, you talk different, you are going to serve your customers at even a better level than the extraordinary service you were already giving them. And you're more than likely going to go up a little on your prices because it's kind of hard to get into your place because you're backed up. And not ripping anybody off, but I mean, we're probably been keeping prices low so we could stay busy. So let's just get the prices up where they should be to market rate. So we're going to increase our prices, keep about the same customer level. We're going to have a little bit of relaxation and peace because we don't have any payments on this building. So you're going to end up making more, and you're probably going to do this other new building in about 18 months. Oh, by the way, how long does it take to build it if you started today?
Probably a couple months, 2-3 months.
Okay. So you could kind of factor that in there too. So, I mean, if you had half the money or 3/4 of the money in the bank and you started it and you had the money coming in cash flow to finish it, that'd be fine too. But we're just going to pay for it. Because here's the thing. All these bays represent is opportunity, but they represent a downside that's not an opportunity if the economy went south on you. If there was something like a quarantine or a pandemic and you weren't essential or something like that, and then you had payments on these 2 bays versus the fact you're sitting there debt-free right now.
Right.
So you guys have done a great job. Look in the mirror. 3 years, you kicked butt.
Thanks.
I mean, you're like heroes. So let's don't, Can I give you one more analogy for the sake of overspeaking, okay? In the military, they have a saying. They say, don't let the fighting lines, the men and women on the front line doing the fighting, advance past the supplies. Gasoline, bullets, and food have to get to the front lines. If the front lines advance faster than the supply chain of gasoline, bullets, and food can get to them, then the fighting men get killed because they don't have gasoline, food, and bullets. You follow me?
Yep.
In business, we have to look at what are those supply lines that we don't want to outpace. One of those is cash. The second one is human resources. Don't take on more business than you've got the cash to deliver, and then you've got the humans to deliver the service. And in my world, I can't do it until I've got the technology in place. It's the third one. In your world, it might be the building bay that's your bottleneck. But these things are bottlenecks, and they're the things that supply you to be able to do the fight to win in business. And so you've got to push forward like that and get yourself to the point that that you don't take the battle lines out past your supply. And that's what I'm trying to keep you from doing. Is that logical? Does that make sense to you?
100%.
You're amazing. Listen, rest for a second and how great you guys have done. Take a breath. And then we'll be ready to run another race as soon as we can get back. So let's tighten the household budget down. I'm all for that. I've done that myself so that I can pour the profits back into the business and grow the business with cash, not with debt. Stephanie, thank you for calling the EntreLeadership Podcast. Well, folks, that's what we do here. And by the way, I practice what I preach, so shut up. I'm sitting in a building, a series of buildings here on the Ramsey campus that are valued today at probably about $350 million. We paid cash for them as we went. They didn't cost me that much. They've gone up in value while I was building them, but either way, I paid cash for them. And when I started the process, the first piece of ground we bought was $10 million. That's a lot of money for a redneck from Antioch, Tennessee. I didn't know where I was going to get $10 million, but I didn't buy it until I had the $10 million. And then I didn't break ground on the building until I had a way to pay cash for the building. I either had it in the bank or had it coming at a steady enough stream that I could trust myself. And we broke ground. The stupid newspaper came out, which the newspaper in Nashville, straight up stupid. The Tennessean's an absolute rag. Have I mentioned that lately? They came out and the headline, Ramsey breaks ground and will build at the speed of cash. That's the only thing they took away from us building this wonderful campus, is that we are paying cash for it. And I told them if we run out of cash halfway up, we're going to stop. It'll look like a building in Jamaica. It'll just be sitting here like a shell because we're going to stop if we run out of cash, because I'm not going in debt again. This is all for fun. This is a monopoly game. I'm not going down again. You don't want to put yourself on the line like that. So pay cash as you go. Pay cash as you go.